All right, I'm supposed to be recording this and having a discussion of sorts about the Dropbox case study. So I'm going to skip down to the group questions. How much revenue does Dropbox have? How profitable are they? Is that a problem? Yes or no? Should Dropbox develop a professional version to attract more valuable customers? So going to the case study, their revenues in the end of 08 were 8,200. Revenues in the end of 09 were 19,000. Revenues ending in 2010, ending in 16,000. Hey, Stockton, can you go sit over there? So, I mean, not strong revenues, not a lot of sustained growth there. They have a retention rate around 78 to 80%, which is probably not too bad actually. If you're able to retain 80% of your customers, as long as you keep building that base, you're probably going to be okay. When I read the case study, that was what I was going to discuss. I was going to discuss the fact that their cost of customer acquisition is too high. So in the case study, they have that Google AdWords campaign that they were running to bring on customers. So their costs for those campaigns were, $3,400, something like that, and they were only bringing in revenues of $1,500. So they're certainly, I mean, you generally in a business you're going to have losses in the beginning. That's understandable. Yes, you have to determine where the breaking point is. At what point are you not going to have to pay more money for your customer acquisition than your customers actually bringing in? And looking at the numbers, this is kind of difficult in my mind because we have this company Dropbox, which we know is a lot bigger and probably more successful now. So we have to try to wash all of that away when we do this case study and think of them as a new business, and that can be kind of difficult. But ultimately, in the case study, it does talk about how they eventually did start to snowball a little bit, and word of mouth became more of a opportunity for them. So they didn't have to pay for all the customers through Google AdWords campaigns, things like that. So that's actually what I said in my original analysis, that customer acquisition is too high. They need to hope that something changes there. And then I found later on in the case study that something did change, and word of mouth was a thing. So I really point that to being a big contributing factor to their success. Is they obviously made a product that was well enough that word of mouth did exist, because generally if the society wants the product the firm is delivering, they're going to tell their friends and family. If the product wasn't good, they weren't going to grow. People wouldn't tell their friends about it. The question in the case study that is probably one of the more poignant questions is should they diversify between a single user design versus creating the possibility for customization and more of a business model. I honestly I think that probably the diversifying would be a good opportunity, and I'm sure they probably did. It seems like big corporations would have to pay them a pretty hefty subscription fee in order for all of their employees to have a logon, and some employees might not even use it, but the company's still paying for it. My work in Point, eBay, we probably have some really hefty subscription fee to Dropbox, and I use it, and maybe 2 other people on my team use it, and it's available to all 15 of us, but we're not all using it, so they might be making money there. Anyway, that's my analysis. My initial analysis is that their costs were too high for customer acquisition, but things kind of came to a head there, and they started to build a bigger client base without having to pay for it.